Hey everyone, it's Dominique from Blogging My Undies, and today's Friday, and that means Q&A day. So today's question comes from somewhere in Canada, and they asked me, how do you juggle 3 children? Physically, I can't. But how I handle, having 3 kids, I guess the biggest thing is knowing what they're individually good at, what they enjoy, and working on that with them while introducing new things. And just trying not to take things too seriously and trying not to be overwhelmed and too stressed out. I have my own breaks. I always have a tub of ice cream in the freezer just in case. Just in case the kids are driving me to the brink, I lock myself in the bathroom for a couple minutes, I have a scoop of ice cream, and then I'm good. Honestly, I took some advice from a lady that was sharing the room with me after I had A-Man. So what happens is, there's no private rooms in the Finnish hospitals, at least the one near us, after you have a baby. So you're often set up with someone else. They come in after they have the baby, and they share the room with you. There's like curtains dividing. And this lady asked me a question about the baby. And from then on, we kind of were friendly with each other, talking and stuff. And she asked me if it was my first. I said no, A-Man's my second. And she's like, oh, this is my 10th. And I was just like, okay, now I need to know, how do you juggle 10 children? It was technically her 8th. She had 2 children with her husband, and it was his children from a previous relationship. But anyway, technically, there are 10 kids in their household. And him and the A-Man have 1 day apart for birthdays. So I asked her, how do you juggle it? How do you split your time evenly? Because I only have 2 kids and you have 10, so what do I do? And the best advice she gave me was just to not force them to like things that the other children like. So let them express their individuality. Let them, get interested in whatever hobby they want within reason, and just not force all the kids to like the same things, and to spend time with them individually, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's an hour, just make them feel special every way you can, especially like on birthdays and Christmas and holidays and stuff, or when they're doing something that's truly their own. Make them feel super duper special. And I've taken that advice to heart, actually. And when the M girl came along and I was pregnant with her, we were really surprised because we did not plan on having 3 kids. We love our children all equally, but really we were a 2-child family and 2 dogs. So when she came along, when she was born, we didn't know what to do. Like, how can you manage 3 kids? And then I look on TV or in the news and I see families with 19 children or more. And my mind explodes at the idea of organization. How do you organize going out for groceries? How do you organize, birthday parties or going to church or going to wherever? How did these families do it? It amazes me. And it's one of the reasons why I actually watch, 19 Kids and Counting, for example, before the scandals and all that broke out. I watched it not for the religious aspect, but for the sake of organization, because I can barely handle keeping a kind of clean household with 3 kids in tow, and they have 19. And I'm just amazed. So I thought back to the lady from the hospital. I don't remember her name, unfortunately. And she just, her words echo in my mind every now and again, like, okay, if one kid likes soccer and the other kid likes hockey, don't force them to do the other kid's sport, because that's not fair. So I guess with juggling 3 kids, we really just try to encourage their individuality. If, for example, the A-Man really likes to color, and he likes to play cars, and he likes helicopters and airplanes, stars, dinosaurs, The M girl, she's not really into girly things, although she does love clothing, and she likes, putting them on, putting shoes on and so on, changing her own diaper. But she's okay with playing the A-man's games because they're so close together. So I don't feel bad about like, okay, you know, why don't you color with your brother and then we'll do something you want to do. And right now she's also under 2 years old, so she hasn't really expressed interest in hobbies or in things that she really, really wants to do yet, other than eat. She likes that too. With the V-Man, because he's nonverbal, and one of his favorite things is to eat and to hike, we try and balance it out that me and the hubster spend as equal time with each child as possible. So we try to, on the weekends, when the V-Man's here, if he's not at overnight care, he goes hiking. Usually Saturdays, we all go hiking together, us, the dogs, you know, and sometimes our friends' kids. We try and get hiking, get them, you know, exercise, get them happy and a bit tired for a nap, and just try and hang out together as a family. And then usually after that, we split the boys up, because the boys tend to fight quite a bit over, you know, what they're watching or over some little toy that the V-Man is really into holding and tasting, and then the A-Man will come up and take it from him. So we try to split them up, and that's usually my cue to take the V-Man on the bus, because he loves riding the bus. It doesn't matter where we're going, he just loves it. So we usually go downtown, go grab some lunch, or we go to grocery shopping, because that's his new thing. So I try and embrace it, and it works out for life skills and all that anyway. In terms of me and the hubster, you know, having time to ourselves and so on, as soon as the kids go to sleep, we usually pop on Netflix, have a beer or, you know, Pepsi, and we just chill. We watch TV, you know. If the V-Man is at overnight care, it's a little more exciting because that means we can put the volume up a little higher instead of, you know, putting subtitles, because he can be kind of sensitive to loud explosions in TV shows and stuff. And also it's important that we take, you know, a few minutes every day and just be like, you know, how are you doing? You okay? And usually that's what date night is for us. As soon as, you know, we're out of the household, we immediately just start chatting, you know, and I just immediately check in with him, like, how are you doing? Is there anything you want to talk about? And he tries to do the same for me, because I'm the type that can bottle it up. I'm the type that will have an explosive, you know, session, tantrum, I don't know what you want to call it, you know, if I just hold in all my negative emotions too much, you know, to myself, it can overflow and it can get a little crazy. So I guess a big thing is just checking in with your spouse or your partner on the regular, you know, every couple of days. And for a while, we used to hug each other every night and just say, you know, as soon as the kids were asleep for the night, we'd be like, you know what, we survived. We survived one day, and we are one day closer to them moving out. I mean, we love our kids, but come on, you know, I don't want them living with me forever, if possible. So, yeah, juggling 3 kids, it's possible, it's doable, and again, I just have to reflect on what that lady at the hospital said. Just let them be themselves, let them be individual, let them show their individuality to you, and also remember that it can always be worse. I could have like 50 kids, but I don't. So trying to manage with 3, we're working on it, and we're trying to encourage that they choose hobbies that are good for them, healthy, both mentally and physically, and doesn't hurt anybody, hopefully, and just try and go from there and see what they can show us, and then go from there. Anyway, I hope this made sense. I know it's kind of rambly, but anyway. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy Friday. Bye.